Mobile Legends!
Our Queen of Blood had just received her long-awaited revamp following the latest patch just 2 days ago. And since Alice was one of my favorite pocket picks before the revamp, I was looking forward to seeing how Moonton was going to improve her. Before this revamped version, Alice used to have a great balance of being tanky, dealing decent damage, while also having the sustain to boost her survivability in fights. After playing a couple of matches with the revamped version, I feel like she has completely lost that balance. You can only go in one direction, depending on whether you're building full damage or full tank. And even building to either of those extremes, the new version of Alice only does an okay job at being a battle mage, or a tank. So why is this revamp so bad, and is she even playable in the current metagame? Well, let's talk about it. Now let me just go through what I believe was the design philosophy of our revamped queen. The idea is to retain the blood-sucking theme, and so they moved what was previously her ultimate skill into what's now her passive. By casting and hitting skills twice on an enemy, we can activate her blood-sucking circle, which works similar to her previous ult, dealing damage and healing Alice based on the number of targets inside the AoE. This change, in theory, was actually something I was looking forward to, since it also removed her reliance on mana previously. You should notice that Alice does not use mana anymore, and this is a welcome convenience in my opinion. The problem with this change is that the damage and healing numbers on the passive are literally abysmal. These numbers suck so bad that you'll hardly even feel that you're healing from it, or dealing damage to any targets. The sad thing is, that's not the only bad change they made. Previously, Alice could reduce the cooldowns of her first and second skill by just continuously using her blood-sucking abilities. This at least increases the utility of this mechanic, so that the damage and healing is less important. Moonton decided to remove this cooldown reduction mechanic, meaning that the damage and healing are the actual functions of the blood-sucking, but it absolutely sucks at doing that. As you'll see throughout this match, I'm hardly relying on the blood mechanic and mostly looking to deal damage through landing the perfect ult. The fact that the cooldown reduction mechanic was removed from her skill set, I'm going to be building towards 40% CDR through our emblems and equipment. Support emblem was chosen to provide 10% CDR off the bat, as well as extra move speed. Brute Force Breastplate is going to be built for its CDR and for its offensive and defensive stats. Plus, it also improves our resistance to CC, and also our move speed to keep us more active during fights. We then built Glowing Wand to start countering the sustain from Layla and Florin early. Alice's damage also scales from either HP or magic power now, and she has no more mana scaling, so building items with either of these stats are most beneficial for her. Clock of Destiny, which used to be her core item, is not as important now, despite still having decent synergy with her playstyle.
I praise more. Bathed in blood. Oh, not ready. The darkness lingers. Time for the Queen of Blood. You have slain an enemy. A lifeless boar.
Alice's new ultimate is now a huge area of effect damage and immobilize skill. The main drawback of this skill is the super long force swing animation, which slows you down while preparing to cast it. Enemies can clearly see the force swing animation, so they can dodge it easily if you just cast it point blank near to them. The key to successfully landing the new ult is to combine it with our first skill, which has a long window and allows us to choose when to complete the teleport. This lets us precast our ult first before or after casting first skill, and then teleporting to the location right as we're almost done channeling it. If done right, it'll look like this.
Blood.
While Alice may look pretty strong from this showcase, this was one of the matches that makes her look better than she actually is. The thing is, the enemy has a weak EXP laner that can hardly contribute early, and Alice is actually really solid if the enemy doesn't have much burst damage. Against an enemy Akai jungler, we're able to sustain enough through our weak healing passive, since his damage is not bursty enough to punch through our weak sustain. Against more bursty junglers, like Alpha or Assassins, Alice would hardly stand a chance against them. So, there might be a chance for revamped Alice to be playable in this metagame, but it'll be under strict conditions where the enemy doesn't have strong burst damage.
Satisfied. Team destroyed the turret. Bathed in blood. Listen, your heart is beating. Look, even your blood can't wait to be with me. Drown in the prison of this. Double kill. Triple kill.
That was a pretty crazy engage, and it was really thanks to a superb Camilla out for the combo, boosting our AoE damage massively to the entire enemy team. This really highlights how powerful this duo can be in the right situation. And this was pretty much the perfect storm of all enemies being linked by Camilla, and then all of them being hit by Alice's ult.
The darkness lingers. Crimson embrace. Your team destroyed a turret. Brilliant control. Double kill. Gather at the north.
I was really trying to get our team to take the Lord here, especially our marksman. I doubt the new Alice can take the Lord quickly or be able to sustain the damage, since her damage and healing is now pretty weak. So I really wanted our MM to be there to help, but he's really more interested in farming for KDA, which is to be expected of a typical Mobile Legends player.
Gather at the north. Launch attack. Gather at the north. Gather at the north. Brilliant control. Perfect AoE. Brilliant Legendary. Double kill. Gather at the north. Gather at the north. Okay.
Feels like I'm walking my dog and bringing him to take the Lord here.
North. Gather at the north. I crave more. Back up. Bathed in blood. Crimson embrace.
Moscow's reluctance and delay in taking the Lord almost cost us here, and Akai almost stole it. I was pretty lucky with the Retri and managed to clutch it just in time. So what are your thoughts on the revamped Alice? Do you think she's much stronger than what people think? Or does this revamp really suck? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.